Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be some more information on the Highlands Fishing Pack, which is coming soon. I'm going to start off by being just completely honest. Totally missed this. I believe this came out the same time as the map trailer for Kinleg, which I did a video on that, but I just never thought there'd be a blog post because Giants didn't tell us there was going to be one. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, so anyhow, there's no information. Usually Giants gives us all this stuff early. I got the trailer early, but not this. And I've been drowning at work. Work has been crazy. If you don't know, my day job is I am a full-time police officer. So I've been working 70 plus hours a week. It's just been absolute insanity. So anyhow, I'm behind on map tours and all sorts of different things. But yeah, I wanted to do a quick video after I got off work just to show you guys some of this here. And kind of show this off to you. But yeah, so we'll go through it a little bit. There's some pretty cool stuff in here. If you haven't pre-ordered, you can do that down below. You get a little bit of a discount if you do that. If you use the links down below as well, it does go to help support the channel, or use code FarmerCop at checkout. If you have the Season's Pass, it's included in that. You can also buy the game with this, which is the Highlands Edition, down below. But anyhow, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this here blog post. I'm going to just zoom in a little bit. But it says, welcome to Kinleg, Highlands Fishing Map Preview. And there's some new screenshots and stuff, which we'll take a look at as we go. With the upcoming Highlands Fishing expansion, you'll get to explore another style of farming, fish farming, also a brand new map. Get a feel of the rough charm of the Scottish Highlands, the excitement of fish farming out on the sea, and some casual fishing by the shore. Welcome to Kinleg. Now, actually, if you haven't seen the trailer, I'm going to play it for you real quick. If you've already seen it, just skip ahead like a minute 15. I don't think it's too long. We can just see, see 140. So yeah, go ahead and skip ahead by 140. So yeah, just skip minute 40 ahead, and then yeah, we'll keep going.
Rated E for everyone.
All right, so as we continue, we have a PDA of the map, which is pretty cool. So taking a look at some things on here, this is going to be the starting farm right up here, based on how the layout is. This is going to be the train going across here. No, that's not the train. That's a road. Where's the train? That's not the train. It can't be the train. Train's not going to do that weird shape there. I think that might be, actually, because these ones are roads down through here. Yeah, so that's got to be the train. Train's going to go through the town. Yeah, that's got to be the train. These just seem almost too sharp. I guess they're not that bad, but this seems like an interesting path for a train to take. Seems a little unnatural, but yep, so that'll be the train. There's some sort of bridge out here. I don't know what that's going to look like. That's where the lighthouse is at. And again, here's kind of the edges of the map. And there is more water than this, so there's more of the map that they're not showing. I'm going to be honest. There's more. I've been on the map. I played on the map. And I've looked at this before today, so there's more of the map that is not being shown here. I can tell you at least that much. There's more water up here. There just is. But yeah, moving on. Rolling hills and steaming trains. Yeah, so this little pass through right here That's got to be like in this area, maybe? It's looking out towards. Yeah, it's got to be. It goes over the river and then has the town in the background. Yeah, so that's got to be this right here. Town in the background, goes over the river. That's right where we're looking at right here for the train. But yeah, so it says sparsely populated, the Highlands of Scotland are a green haven of rolling hills and rough winds and popular subjects in art. But here and there, a port town like Kinglake becomes a destination for fishermen, farmers, and lovers of natural beauty and hundreds or thousands of years of human history. Take a look at the screenshot. Again, beautiful shot. Yeah, beautiful shot out across here. But yeah, you have the Kinglake in the background, the harbor. There's more water in here than, again, was shown on the PDA. But it looks pretty good. We've seen kind of this view quite a few times, so this should be pretty familiar to everyone. The next one here we have, got the BGA in the background, which based on how these kind of guys are laid out, that's going to be, oh goodness, that's going to be right here. That's got to be the BGA right there along the river. Yeah, and these little fields. These two fields right here are those guys right there, and this is like the very edge of the map is just right over here. So, yeah. And obviously there's a lot of forestry, stuff like that. Beautiful map, though. Here we get a look at the bridge in the background. So this has got to be this intersection right here that we're looking at. That's going to be, since we're looking at this in the background, that intersection has got to be this guy right here. I think, right? It's got to be that intersection right there. Or no, it's got to be this one. This one, sorry. It's got to be this major intersection right here. Train in the background. Got to be that intersection. So, yeah. Okay, I should actually just, let me just open this in a new tab here, and we'll have this, it's a little zoomed in over here, but I can zoom out as needed. We'll come back to that, so if we want to, we can keep taking a look. This lighthouse, again, I talked about this a little bit. This lighthouse is going to be that one out in the island. We've seen a little bit of this before, but still looks nice. We have a lot of new screenshots, by the way. Again, they're very focused on this railway bridge, but I'm not sure where this is going to be. I guess I could figure it out, but it's nothing super important, so I'm not too worried about it. I get another good look at the train going across, so that's good there. Let's see what we got here. That looks like an onion field for sure. Train going through here. This bridge across here, I would wager a guess. It's a bridge across a road, right? I would wager a guess near some fields. It's going to be this guy right here. Or maybe, let's go back to that. Roadway, some trees around. Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm going to stop guessing. I'm probably going to be wrong. Welcome to town. Old stones, old charm. So great screenshot here. Some of the new AI traffic's going to be absolutely fabulous. And I know, yes, I know that they're driving on the right-hand side of the car, not left-hand drive cars. It would be a lot for them to change all that over, I think, for just the AI system. But it says if you fancy towns where you can sense its history just by looking at random houses, bricks, or random houses, bricks, you found your new home. You'll be greeted with the authentic flair of a scenic Scottish village. And then we have, I mean, just the town is really cool. It honestly is. They did a really good job on it. If you've ever been to Scotland, there is definitely some kinship to that. I mean, honestly, like this image here alone, just some of this here, there'd be more around it, I think, but just some of this kind of these tight streets with buildings kind of just up along there like that, that really reminds me of Edinburgh in Scotland, if you've ever been there. But I mean, it looks beautiful. And obviously this will all be in the town. In terms of where the church is going to be located in the town, I think it's going to be this main building right here. I think that's going to be the church. It's the most logical part of this whole system. And honestly, there is another kind of small village out here, but that's maybe a little bit of one out here. But I almost thought there'd be almost two villages of this size. They kind of were deceiving me a little bit. Oh, no, I need to go back to that one. But yeah, another beautiful image here. Little kind of corner building there. And again, the roads are just, they really are to that area. And one thing I really like, again, I mentioned this before in my trailer video. Looks like we're gonna get some good seasonal decorations and some good lighting and stuff like this. I'm hoping there's other seasons that are decorated for as well, and that these kind of come and go, because it'd be kind of obnoxious if they're there all year round, because that wouldn't really be super accurate. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna work. We move down here a little bit more. This little village right here, I think that is this guy right down here. I'm almost positive that is an image of that. Let me move this over. That way I can go back and forth a little easier. But yeah, I'm almost confident this is that bridge that goes through that town right there. Here we get our great image of the church. Again, I showed you guys where I think that's going to be at. It's that bigger building there. But yeah, nice churchyard. This is kind of towards the top of the village, which again is going to be, if I scroll up here, yeah, it's going to be up kind of towards this area up over here. But yeah, so I'm curious how this, there seems like there's a lot of space in here. So I'm curious to see how that's all going to work out. I'm curious to see how that layout's going to be. Actually in person. I keep going to the wrong image here. There we go. Here we have the town itself. And again, some of this, I'm curious, there just seems like there's a lot of space over here, but it looks way more dense and populated from this angle than it does otherwise. But we've kind of seen some of this area, some of the ports and stuff before. Then it says rocks and castles. As for the man-made remnants of history, there are several places to explore. While the castles in the village look as pompous as it probably did hundreds of years ago, another is in desperate need of renovation. And the stone circles and what their purpose once was, who knows for sure. Maybe talk to the harbor master about his theories. So this is kind of a hint here to, are we getting a harbor master, like a new NPC? I think that that's a pretty strong leaning towards we're going to get a specific Scottish NPC for this map, which I think is awesome. But yeah, so this castle right here, that is going to be this guy right here. Has to be. There's no other reasonable explanation for it. That's the lighthouse over there. It just has to be. Now the old castle is going to be somewhere, I think right here. I think that looks like that's where the old castle is going to be. Which we'll see if we have an image of that here. This looks like the castle courtyard, which is kind of cool. It's like, it'd be a touristy area nowadays as well. So it's kind of cool. There's like a castle courtyard you can go in. Here's the stone circle. We've seen these before. We've seen wintertime photos and stuff of that. Someone said, oh, it's Stonehenge. It's not Stonehenge. It's just another stone circle. It's not Stonehenge though. And I believe we've seen this screenshot or something very similar to this before as well. But yeah, it doesn't have the old castle, which is kind of interesting. Wrecks and bottles. The lighthouse does its job, but still there are some shipwrecks lying around here and there. And messages in bottles as well, scattered across the Highlands. There are a dozen of them to find and read. Collected in a book at the castle, you can read through all found pages anytime. For the whole story, you got to find them all. That's awesome. Messages in bottles. That's amazing. I think that might be the starting farm back there. So that might be where this one's hiding. Usually they hide when you're the starting farm, so that makes sense. And then we have a shipwreck here. So I'm assuming there'll be a bottle hidden somewhere on there. But that's, oh, it's right there, right in front of me. Right here, that's going to be that bottle right there. But yeah, nice shipwreck. A little bit zoomed out here. The bridge is in the background, so I'm not sure exactly where this is going to be. But that big bridge right there, that on the map, if we go over, is going to be this guy right here. So I'm guessing this shipwreck, if that's in the background, I'm guessing the shipwreck is over here on these rocks in that area. That would be my guess. But yeah, pretty cool. This guy right here, there's no one right there by the harbor. I hate that they've given away like 3 locations of them. I don't like that. That's too many spoilers, I think. One is fine. First entry. Here I am, Captain. I am called now, entrusted with a fine ship and finer crew, ready to sail beyond known waters. Strange feeling. I need like a Scottish accent to read this. This is one of 12 chapters found. Anyhow, you can read this if you like to. It's pretty cool. There's just a kind of a story hidden out there. And there's another image of that shipwreck. I won't even zoom in on that one. We don't need to. There's more to discover in and around the old town of Kinleg. If you like to wander around, it's the perfect place to stretch your legs and explore. Now here, I don't know if you build a camp or not, or sleep or anything like that. I don't know, to be honest. It'd be kind of cool if they added that little bit of exploration there. But there's just some beautiful scenery you can walk around and check out. So yeah, I love that part of it. Beautiful little bridge there going through the countryside. Like, it's just, Scotland in general is a beautiful country, and I think they did a pretty good job at kind of trying to capture that as best as possible. But yeah, here I think we're on the last category. Fishing crops, choose what to grow. Kinleg offers you space and opportunities to build the farming operation you desire and extend in whatever direction. This includes, no surprise, professional fishing and cultivation of fish colonies. So we've seen the fish farms before. This is one that has 2 on it. You can expand it out, do up to, I think, 8, I think in sets of 2. So that's pretty cool. But again, there's way more water here than is shown on here, because there's nowhere else to scroll up. This is the top of this. So there's way more water than I think meets the eye there. Yeah, we keep going through here. We have a look at, this is like one of the baby fish farms. Here we have a look at the farms. know what else to call it at that point. This guy right here, I don't know what that's going to be. Maybe an old mill or something. Or no, maybe that's the new stone cutting factory or something like that. Make cut stones. Got the mill sell point around the train station there. That's going to be, I can show you where that's at for sure. That is going to be, I said for sure. It should be right here. That's going to be right here. Yeah, that's that part of the map right there. It all would make sense. Moving on, we have this guy right here, the King Lag Feed Co., which this is a production, it looks like, just based on it. So, high quality fish meal since 1998 is what that says up there. So, you'll be able to make your own fish food, which I think that pretty much confirms that there. We've guessed that, but that'll be a confirmation. And you have a beautiful look at the harbor here, which the harbor just looks fantastic. So, again, the map is just coming together really nice. And it says we'll do another preview of that whole fishing ordeal, don't worry. Also, if you want to learn more about King Lag, its points of interest, and also various creatures of the sea, you might want to talk to the local harbor master. He's also a topic for another time. So again, they're hinting at that NPC again. And then ready to fish, there's a little bit more, I guess, in here. With Highlands Fishing, you can also start bigger, more professional fishing operations. A fish breeding facility, offshore aqua farms, feed production, there it's confirmed, and boats for transport let you set up a new line of business in addition to agriculture, animal husbandry, and forestry. And then you can pre-order if you'd like to. But yeah, I've already talked about that. So anyhow, yes, this is the packs that are coming. We've gotten the first 3, and this one's been announced, and we're waiting on this one now. But yeah, just a quick little ordeal for you guys to check that out. Sorry I missed it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.